Hello everyone, I'm Greg Otta with FedScoop TV. Welcome to our IT Modernization Hero Series. I'm talking with Richard Young, the CIO of the USDA's Foreign Agriculture Service. Richard, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Share with our viewers a story of a success that you've had with an IT modernization process.
Okay, well, I think some of the success that I would like to highlight, first and foremost, would be we removed some of our application to cloud service.
Okay.
And we're using cloud service now. So we actually implemented a ServiceNow platform, start looking at our asset management from a ticketing perspective, and we're using the cloud service for that. We also have our email in the cloud, Office 365, using that cloud service as well. And so this allowed more capability and flexibility for us and for our staff, especially in my organization where we have so many staff overseas and abroad. And so now we can communicate. We have more storage capacity when we look at our email, email capacity. We have more flexibility in that now. And then we have the ability, I notice now, that we're able to grow and be able to scale with our systems a lot easier now with that. So I think that's one of the biggest things that we've done in the IT modernization. We're looking at moving into improving our data center, our data capacity, and looking at doing that type of work as well. And we're doing the plans for that now as we continue to move forward. And using the enterprise architect to even map out and do a better roadmap of to be state, and looking at other applications and moving cloud as we move in Azure cloud environment and those type of things that we've got approval in ATO through USDA to start utilizing some of those services. So. Yes.
Okay, so there is a bill coming from the Obama administration, proposed bill for a $3.1 billion revolving IT Modernization Fund. If that becomes law, how do you see that money being applied to your agency, and what types of systems are best suited for that fund?
Okay, well, I'll first of all start by saying, I don't know if 3.1 billion is enough to really modernize some of the work that we need done in IT. It can be. I think it definitely is a starting point. I would say most agencies, we struggle with some of the same issues of these latency networks, bandwidth. We need more capability to do those type of things. And the reason being is because now we're transmitting a lot of data. We're moving big data now. And you're talking about moving all this data across networks and globally and internationally, and we're connected. And then be able to keep up with that and be scalable. That way we can be moving more to video conferencing and being able to do those things at ease and being able to live stream videos and audios and those type of things. Because we're more remote now, we do more teleworking, and we're not just in one office building no more. And so we need to have that bandwidth and that capability. Once we get the pipeline to be able to do those things, and from a network perspective, and be able to have the server that can handle that, then we need to look at our end user endpoint devices and be able to start looking at those things. So it's definitely a system. I would say the starting point need to be having the bandwidth and the capability, and then you have the ability then to start bringing on more cloud providers, more cloud servers. You have the ability then to start bringing on more technology, looking at more mobile devices. And live streaming these videos and doing these type of things and using Skype. We have Skype for Business, but can we really utilize that technology with our limited and I would say outdated infrastructure? So we have to really look at that. I would say that would be some of our focal points, and then we'll start moving into the end devices and then applications. Then we can go into more mobile apps and using more of those technologies on a better platform, upgraded platform. So yes.
All right. So you've highlighted a little bit of it, but tell me about what the biggest technology challenge is that you've encountered inside your IT modernization program, or what has to change in order to accelerate your program?
We use the word technology when we talk about modernization, but modernization is, I think it's the whole gamut. It's the complete system. And what I mean is, it's not just a network. I'm an engineer by trade and by degree, and if you just update or implement one piece of the process, now you still have this, I would say, chokehold in another part of the process that you need to upgrade. And so I would say some of the biggest challenges in upgrading and modernization is the people. We still, we're training the people to even understand, and our staff, how do we keep them engaged and trained and want to continue to be educated to understand how do we move to the cloud? So yeah, I can put an app in the cloud, but who do I have now to maintain it? Who do I have now to improve it, to enhance it? Who can relate this back to the customer, the end users? Because the mission and the business, they want to use this stuff, but if I don't have the staff trained with the mentality to help show them and to help teach them as we move into these new platforms, then it would be useless. So I can have this nice pipeline and technology upgrading. I can have all this great technology and the new Apple phone and all this stuff. However, but if the culture doesn't change within, and we don't get people within the IT field that want to continue to learn, continue to educate themselves, continue to be relevant in today's society with IT, I think we're always going to have that chokehold. So I would say my biggest challenge is, I would say, modernizing the people, modernizing the mindset of the technology, understand that we have to embrace it, we have to learn it, we have to understand it, and then we can provide the best service to our customers and to the operational community.
How have advances in things like cloud services and containerization and agile development changed your outlook or your plans for the next 6, 12, 18 months when it comes to an IT modernization plan?
Oh, yes. Well, let's use containerization in the beginning is that I really look forward to that because I believe it'll give us more flexibility with BYOD.
Okay.
I've been a component of BYOD, I think, since it first came out when the government was saying, no, I still believe in BYOD. I believe the technology is going to get better, that we have to move to BYOD. And I say that because I'm a firm believer that you have to be doing things not only for the generation here, but what about the work generation coming in? They buy phones every 6 months, and we're never going to keep up with that. We're never going to keep up with the technology that they're used to. I mean, they're coming out of school using MacBooks, and they don't even use Windows that often no more when they're coming out of college. I mean, you look at my daughters, they actually using iPads and MacBooks around the house, right? And so they're on these platforms and stuff. And what we need to focus on is, let's secure the data and not worry about the platform that they're using. And if they can use their own platform, I think it's going to save the agency from worrying about the maintenance and the upgrade and keeping up with technology. They have the ability to still use it to play with their own technology, their own apps and all those things, but they still engage with the organization, they're still working with the organization, and they're still doing the business. I mean, the biggest thing we put on these phones is emails and a phone call. I don't even understand why we won't move past that and say, okay, let's go ahead and containerize emails and a phone call, and it's not secure emails. If it was, you wouldn't even use it on your device or phone anyway, right? And so I say that part for the containerization piece of it. Agile, Agile has changed because it became such a buzzword that it has everybody walking around saying, oh, Agile, Agile, Agile. I do believe that you first have to be able to do and deliver projects in a methodology of waterfall or any methodology before you can run fast. Agile is just, I'm Scrum Master certified and all that stuff, and it's just being at a faster pace of doing it. It makes sense from the fact of you getting your stories because the customer might not know exactly what they want. And I agree with that, but I don't think everybody knew what they want even when you do waterfall in the past because we have all the scope creep. We always used to have all that stuff. Agile just allow us to come back and when we start to have this process and put it back into stories and then go in development. So it does help in some aspect, I would say, of that. But I still think if you get processes down and you're moving forward in those and you're changing the mindset of people, the mindset and the culture will allow for those things to be easily adaptable. And then Agile won't just become just that little buzzword. It becomes how we actually function in the IT community in the federal government space. So it has an impact. I don't know if we fully embrace the impact of it yet. But I think we're going to continue to work forward to getting there because the way technology is it's moving too fast for anybody to slow down and wait, right? So that's my take on that.
Appreciate your insight, Richard. Thanks for stopping by today.